Good morning, YouTube. It's just a fabulous day today in Texas. It's just like summertime out here. It stayed warm all night last night, and it's still 65. When I got up early this morning, went out, ran 2 miles. Pretty warm, but still able to run 2 miles without getting too hot. But it's going to get up to like 85 today, and so I can actually go out and take a dip. I can actually go out and swim a little or whatever I want to do today because it's just going to be nice and warm out there all day today. And it just seems like summer coming in early, but boy, I mean the flowers and the trees and all of the trees are just fully out now. You know, about a week or two ahead of time. I mean, just full shade, and before the hot weather really got here, we got the nice shade to take care of it. So I'm just on top of the world about that, and we'll be protected from the heat real well, and everything's just going to go marvelous this summer. We'll have a great time. And consciousness is just rising everywhere, and the energy is just coming out all over the place. And I feel like my mind is just all over this whole universe. I just feel vibrations and healing power coming in from everywhere, and I just feel like that people have got their minds on energy and their minds on awareness, and they're being healed. I feel like people around the world are being healed by this divine power and by all of this energy that's coming in. And I feel like our thoughts are being lifted up to healing and lifted up to all of our possibilities and all the possibilities of having a ultimate prosperity and abundance, having everything we want and desire and want to manifest. I feel like we'll come to the place before too long where we want to manifest something. We'll just put our mind on it. We'll manifest it. I feel like it's just going to be that prosperous, and our consciousness is going to get to the place where we'll know what will really make us happy, and we won't waste time trying to manifest something that'll just distract us or really won't make us happy. And so that'll enable more manifestation and more actual energy producing manifestation and better manifestations that'll please us and make us happy, and it'll enable our leadership to flourish. I feel like our leadership is just going to flourish like everything. I feel like those of us who are lifting our consciousness, we're going to be able to just lead out and be able to just cause this world to begin to prosper and have abundance, and people will be there won't be any hunger around the world. People will have all the food that they need to eat, and they'll have the abundance that they need, and they'll begin to enjoy their life. And where healing is needed, it'll just begin to flow into them. And so I feel like that the leadership potential is really here for us who are raising our awareness. And so I'm just so excited about every time I hear about it. And there's just thousands of people on the internet that are talking about that they're lifting their awareness and their consciousness, and and also how they're beginning to manifest more and more, and how they're beginning to have more and more abundance in their life. It's just all over the place. And so we need to just really get in tune with it, and I'm going to do that this morning. I know Tanya Love's always in tune with it, and so that's why I put her on every morning. And so that if I ever was tempted to slip back into not being in tune with it, she'll keep me going straight. And she's always just excited about consciousness and awareness and all the abundance that's coming and changing the world into more love and more alignment and more leadership ability. And so I'm just going to really enjoy her program this morning. I'm gonna have me a nice cup of this. I'm just in the mood for chocolate because I'm just so exhilarated, and that chocolate is just an exhilarating. It's just got such an exhilarating flavor. I mean, it just brings out the flavor of the coffee, and it just sparkles you up, and you just smell that chocolate, and you smell that coffee, and oh, it just really just perks you up and wakes you up, and it's just a marvelous thing. And then later on, I'm gonna have later on this morning, I'll have some of this Cafe Supreme. Oh, I mean, it has all the flavor in it, all the malty and the cream and all that kind of stuff in it. Just really supreme. It really puts you in a great mood. And then I've got my cafe latte and that I can have in the evenings to soothe me, where I can just really feel such that relaxing mood and just sleep sweetly. And wake up ready for more expansion of my mind, and it's just marvelous. All that stuff, coffee is just so marvelous. I've got the Columbia roast that I can have if I really feel in that mood. It's just a marvelous, wonderful roasted flavor coffee that just really makes you feel good, especially on a cold morning. But we're not having those, and so coffee. We got the black coffee that is just good anytime. I have it ready anytime. And it's in a small package. It just fits easily. These little small packages of that black coffee just fit up in your coat pocket or your shirt pocket. You can always have those with you. But this one here, this is a fairly large package right here, but you can still put it in a suit coat pocket pretty good, and you can keep them in your desk drawer at your office and everywhere you're at, and so it works out pretty good too. So I'm gonna have that this morning, but before I even get started on that, I'm gonna get Tanya Love started. She always just sparks me up and and gets me going, and it's just a perfect combination with her and coffee because they're both exhilarating. And so see what she has to say this morning.
Greetings, everyone.
Oh, greetings.
Welcome to
Greetings,
the
Tanya.
Love Show, and I'm Tanya Love. And
Oh, yes, you are.
Excited to have an opportunity to connect with you all again today. I hope everybody's week has been going fabulous since our last connection. And
I am.
I would love to offer you the space to write in today and to call in and just share what you noticed if you were actually participating with daily meditation, and if you noticed any shifts or even the slightest thing, like maybe you just felt a little more at ease because you remembered to breathe and connect. So I open up that space for you. The show is for you, so please make use of it and call in and write in. And today I'm going to actually offer a little special for anybody who calls in. So if anybody wants a special on a remote clearing or a remote angel reading or soul cooking session, give us a call, and I would love to hear from you. Hear your input, your questions, your comments, whatever. Just as long as you're being nice. So feel free to call in. Today, I was feeling a couple feelings last week of what would I be talking about today. And yesterday it just came in really loud and clear.
Oh, you'll think
that I was to speak about aligned leadership and what that means and how important and impactful that is for our planet and for all the different structures that are really in a position of being shifted and realigned in a more harmonious and beneficial way that serves all, not just a few. And so that's our topic today, is aligned leadership. And so if you feel a passion and you have something to say about that, I invite you to call in. Some of you listening, maybe working in education systems where you have stuff to say about that. Or maybe you're a parent and you watch the things going on that you have to deal with your children, or maybe working with the court system. Maybe you work in healthcare, or you work for the government, or different places. I encourage you to write in or call in with your comments and your feedback. To get started on that, I feel the essence, we've talked about alignment a lot on this show, and really the essence of alignment is when we are connected with our source, whatever you want to call that. So for me, I just refer to this energy, the infinite energy of abundance and opportunity, intelligence.
Yes, it is.
Consciousness as source, the source where all energy flows.
Oh.
I recently was reading a book where Einstein was talking about the source field and how that is the only thing that is real. And that's really what I relate to as well, is the source field is this field of consciousness where all energy streams from. And then as we pull that into our consciousness, we create with it. And each of us that are tuning in today, we're all creators. Whether we're aware of that or not is another topic, but we all are creating with our thoughts every day. We're creating with the thoughts we're having right now, and then the actions we will take as a consequence of those thoughts will start to create and manifest a physical experience. And so if we get into the topic of leadership, why would it be important to have an aligned leader? That's a question for you, and I invite you to write in an answer, and we'll kind of play with that. So any of you that are feeling that, just write in, what do you think is important about your leader being aligned? Why do you feel it would be important for you as a leader to actually be in alignment? And why would there be a problem if you have a leader who's out of alignment, who's not really living with alignment and with a consciousness that is aware of unity intact. So that's the thing I put out for you, that little question for you to tune into. Basically, we can look at all different walks of life and we can see how it's important to have aligned leadership. If we're looking at places where there's issues and there's problems, there's struggle, there's corruption, maybe there's hypocrisy, there's controllers, there's this, very, like we could get it with like religious zealot type people, or government could be very pushy and extremist as well. And any of these systems, it doesn't matter what package or form they take, if there's not alignment there, in essence, there's going to be problems there. Yep. So if we look at all the things that are going on our planet right now, we could look at our healthcare situation. We could look at our government situation and the wars going on the planet right now. And when we really look into it, there's a common denominator always present. And that is that the leadership is out of alignment. And we don't even have to have really studied and gone and, gotten a PhD to understand if someone's in alignment or not. We feel it instantly. And the more empathic we are, the more empathic a soul is, the more sensitive and more sensory aware they are, the quicker they detect someone being out of alignment. So if someone is, for instance, speaking one thing, but they're not living it in alignment, there becomes a disruption in the energy. And so I'll give you a couple little simple examples. I was actually just talking to my fiance's stepmom today about this. She was talking about she works in the cafeteria at the school and that the food is terrible. It's not healthy. And she's amazed that they talk about the food being better in our school systems because she works right there. And she said it's terrible and it's just fattening and nothing's really healthy. And they don't really help the children with portion control. And it's out of alignment. And so we look at something like that. It's simple. And she was talking about how the nutritionist on the campus actually comes up with the ideas of the food and that they don't really make any sense. They're not healthy. And then the nutritionist, I asked her, I said, just based on what you first feel about her, if you tune in, would you say she lives in alignment? Does she feel vibrationally to you like someone who really practices what she preaches? And she's like, oh, no, like she's not even a healthy person. She's not very healthy. Like, I don't even know why she's a nutritionist or if she got an education at it or what. And so I kind of laughed because I knew I was doing the show about this today. And I just was talking to her about how that's what we have to start caring about. Humanity has to start to really pay attention to the integrity of the being that's bringing the message, whatever that message may be. So if, for example, I'm a nutritionist and I don't practice healthy practices myself and I'm just telling everyone what to do based on just random things I'm coming up with, but I don't really understand health and I don't really live health, I'm out of alignment. I'm not really aligning with what I'm speaking about. And so therefore, there's going to be more room to have issues and things coming in that aren't really going to make sense for the goal. So if we were in the education system and we have a PE teacher and they're overweight, they're lazy, they've got, issues, they don't even like children, they just are waiting that next 2 years to retire. Another example that's real that someone just told me about, and they're just waiting to get that retirement pay. This is, again, an example of how the children that are around this person and that person's yelling at them and telling them what to do, but they're not really practicing what they say. They're not participating. They're not healthy. The children really, it's going to be a struggle for them to respect this leader because this leader is not in alignment. And that's what the topic today is all about, is how do we participate in the shift, encouraging leaders to actually be in alignment, and how are we as society participating and enabling these controller energies to stay right where they are? Well, we have to look into a lot of different factors. We can look into our rule system. We have all these rules and all these belief systems and things that we cling to, and we create all these rules to protect ourselves. In essence, these rules often enslave the very ones who created them, while enslaving a lot of others at the same time. And so we have to look into this. Like, if we're creating these rules that aren't really serving anyone,